Trick or treat, gut buckets. It's time for another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear, and then we discuss it over a glass of wine. I'm your boy, your Halloweenie, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined by my astronaut sidekick thing, Kat Halstead, the author. Ooga.
Oh, that's actually not a bad one.
Oh, I'm sorry for calling you a thing. I was trying to remember the name of Buzz Aldrin in the midst of action, but his name briefly escaped my mind.
Oh, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, girl. Welcome back to Here Comes the Booze. It's been a spooky month here at the podcast. We've scared you all month long.
Yes, it has.
You're over there frightened.
You know, you've had your tricks, your treats.
Yeah, I've had a lot of frights this month, I'll tell you that.
Dude, okay. No, like legit. My boyfriend thinks the house is haunted.
Oh, we got a ghost in the house. Should we send the Long Island medium your way? What's her name? Teresa Caputo?
No, I want Kim Russo.
Oh, Kim Russo.
The happy medium.
We need a happy medium. Hold on. Do you think your house is being haunted by Devon Sawa?
No, Devon Sawa is alive, dude.
You know what I meant. It's a Casper reference. Jesus Christ, Kat.
No, the boyfriend is convinced that in the back room there is a ghost. And, like, a part of me is like, I don't know if you're just sleep deprived, but, like, there's part of me that's just like, oh, just shut the fuck up and go to sleep.
It might be like a squirrel in the wall that's trying to escape.
Or, like, I don't know if he's just, like, having trouble sleeping or he's sleepwalking and it's a dream. But, like, 2 nights in a row at, like, the exact same time, he, like, got up out of the bed, opened the bedroom door, and went to the door across the hall where the back room is. And he's like, something's in there. And I'm like, nothing's in there except your aunt's damn shoes. Get the fuck back in bed.
This is coming from the same girl who saw like a old-timey Colorado settler like living in the barn that you used to like sleep in or wherever you lived, like somewhere in a garage apartment.
I know. I'm just like, there's nothing in there. Just get back to bed.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Great time. Great time to be alive.
Like this morning, he's all like, well, do you even believe in ghosts? I'm like, well, yeah. I don't think there's one here. And I'm like, if there is, you need to tell it to leave you alone.
All right. Well, we need to get Vanessa Russo, whatever her name was, on the trail.
Kim Russo. Why would you send me the crazy bitch from Big Brother?
I don't know. Maybe she'll scare that ghost away.
No, I'm just going to sit there and do is cry.
It's all right. You know what? Sometimes a ghost just needs a good companion to cry with. I don't know. Who knows? Do you want Jillian Buck, the chandelier, to send you a Nightmare Before Christmas candle made out of sage to scare away the demons?
Okay, like legit today, I was looking at, I added a sage smudging set to my cart on Amazon. JIC,
your boyfriend's right.
Well, like...
John was right.
So, he actually, like, while I was looking it up, because I was like, at the very least, we can do it, and he'll feel better. Because, I mean, there was the night, like, the books just, like, got pushed off the fucking bookshelf one night.
Maybe have a rodent.
No.
Maybe you live in the Cinderella castle and you have a rodent.
No.
You are a stepsister. You are a stepsister.
I don't live with my stepfamily anymore.
But they're nearby. They're drives away. They're only a short drive away. Or 10 seconds in a jet if it's Uncle Jesse going to see Michelle when they were going to move away.
But yeah.
I love it. All right.
So he's like convinced, and as I'm like looking for like a set that isn't like 25 million pieces, he goes, maybe we should smudge the house with sage. And I was like, okay.
Someone's been watching a lot of Kim Russo mediums. Who is Kim Russo? I don't know who that bitch is.
Okay. The Haunting of. She was the psychic from that.
Oh yeah, that gal. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you know what? Bring her out. Yeah, let's get her. Fuck Teresa Caputo. She's a fraud anyway.
So yeah.
The only thing that she is summoning, the only thing that she needs to summon is a good hairdresser. Get rid of that fucking dead possum on top of her head. Sorry if we have any Teresa Caputo stans out there. We're not Teresa Caputo supporters, right?
Correct.
We're not bankrolling her.
No.
We're not going to see her at like a, I don't know, fucking auditorium at like a library.
Yeah, no.
What are we doing today? What the fuck are we doing today, Kat? I'll said the author. Oh my god.
We
it's been a month.
are doing something we attempted to do several years ago.
Oh, yeah.
We told you we were going to do it.
We did.
And then a hurricane came, and Patrick had really fucked up audio.
Yeah, I think it was Hurricane Matthew. I believe it was Matthew came in, and I don't know, it like some moisture got in my microphone, and I don't know, it got really weird and creepy, and I was like, you know what? I could probably listen to it. I could probably salvage it, but like being a podcast listener and like when someone has like a shitty audio episode, I'm like, they should have just fucking canned that. So I was like, I should just fucking can it. And I did. And we did. We still have it. The audio still exists, maybe. Maybe we'll make it a bonus boo on our Patreon page if, like, I don't know, you're deaf and you don't mind listening to, like, static noise for an hour and a half of us talking about Pete and Pete.
Well, it's because your microphone was, like, rubbing up against your hoodie.
Yeah.
Like, you were just almost exactly the same then as you are now, except back then you were in a hotel room.
Oh, that's right. I was recording from a hotel room. That was a good one. Yeah, shit. You know what? We're going to find it. We'll find it. We'll dig it up. We'll put it on the Patreon, so subscribe. Maybe we'll make it like a special like Halloween tier, so you can listen to all our like Halloween lost episodes. Who knows? Maybe this one will be lost too. You never know.
No, don't say that. Don't curse us, you asshole.
We always have bad luck when we have to re-record episodes, because how many times did we do Charles in Charge? Like 11?
Like 4 or 5 times, and that's because a fucking ghost was fucking with the audio.
I know. You know what? You're going to send me the audio later on. I'm going to download it. And we're going to be listening to Gussie the Ghost. That's the name of the ghost that I named, who lives in your new home. Near the Colorado Springs. Near the Springs.
I live in the Springs, hon.
All right, so today we're doing The Adventures of Pete and Pete, a beloved Nickelodeon television series which begat as like little interstitial shorts that they would throw on between shows, right? Is that how it all began?
Yeah, but they were those little shorts that would play during a commercial. They'd be like a couple minutes long.
Oh, yeah.
If that. And they were amazing.
They're two bros. They're two ginger-headed bros, both named Pete. One's like I don't know, like maybe like 15 or 14 or something. The other one's like 10, something like that.
Oh my god. So, this is really funny. Is recently at work, we had 2 brothers with the same name.
Did one of them have a tattoo of like a mermaid named Petunia?
Okay, first of all, she's not a mermaid. She's like a Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I only watched this morning. You'd think I know this.
But, like, I remember one day, me and one of the other ladies at work were trying to do attendance, and we're like, wait a minute. Why do these 2 have, like, the same name? Or we thought it was, like, maybe a father and son. No, they were brothers.
Oh, do you think their parents were Pete and Pete stans?
I don't know.
How old are they?
They were they're 16-year-old kids.
Okay, so you know what? So that could...
And they're not twins.
All right, hold on. This checks out. Because I would say that anyone who was like a preteen or a teen or even like a weird adult who liked kid shows between 1991 and 1993, they would be the right age today to have 2 children who are not twins with the same name. So they could have been stans. Who knows? You know what? We need an interview with them. We need an interview with the parents. We have to like get to the bottom of this. We had to get to the bikini bottom. It
was wild. We were so confused. Like, we couldn't tell them. We had to like dig into like certain like deep into the system to try and figure out which one was which to clock them in at the right time and clock them out.
You know what? You gotta put like an extra letter in their names so you can tell the difference between 2 of them, like Pete X and Pete Y.
Yeah, we were like, we need like some kind of differentiation for these 2.
Maybe like a fun nickname. Do like what they do on like Big Brother when they have 2 people with the name Paul, like one's Paul and one's Polly.
Oh my god.
I love it. I stand. All right. So we selected the episode Halloweenie of The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Yes.
This aired on Sunday, October 9th,
okay,
1994. Where were we? What were we doing? What were we doing this hot night? Because I could probably tell you.
It's a Sunday night. We're in 7th grade.
Oh, yeah. I'm like freshly 13, maybe. I think I just hit the terrible teens years.
Yeah, you just turned 13. We're 13 years old.
I think this is the year I smoked.
Patrick.
I was a little bad boy. I did like a hot 6-month smoking phase. I was inspired by Joe Camel and those very tempting ads on the back of Entertainment Weekly.
Oh my gosh. We're 13 years old in the 7th grade.
I was super into Kurt Cobain. I was mourning the loss and I don't know, Stone Temple Pilots. Ooh, great time. Great time to be alive.
I think I was really excited about Zach and Kelly's wedding movie that was going to be out.
Oh yeah, that probably like just aired or just aired.
And yeah,
We're gearing up for Valerie on Netto 2.0 making her appearance.
yeah, like that's
Smoking pot in Brenda's bedroom.
being super scandalous and amazing.
Yeah, maybe wearing like a crop top, like a hot crop top, and we're like, I'll tell you what I was doing this night because I've looked at this lineup and I know like most of these shows and these episodes, so I think I can pinpoint where it was. So you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this hot night of television? This is a lit night. I'm just gonna say this is a lit night. I couldn't find Nickelodeon data, so I don't know. We're just gonna pretend that this was on. We'll just pretend this is on basic TV for all intent purposes. All right. So tonight I'm gonna start off with ABC. ABC, things kick off at 7 p.m. with America's Funniest Home Videos. I think we're probably still in the Saget years, right?
Yes, we're still in the Saget era.
He's probably like ready to quit. He's like on his like last year or two. Things are winding down. We're about to get Daisy Fuentes for a hot minute.
No, she was on the other one.
No, you say this every time. Daisy Fuentes hosted America's Funniest Home Videos. Dave Coulier and like some other bitch did America's Finest People. I mean, you go through this every fucking time I bring it up. Tired of it, Cat. I'll said the other. Pay attention. She's Googling it. I'll let her do her thing. Let her fingers do the magic.
Then who the hell was the host of that damn show? Oh, Arlene Sorkin and Tawny Katan.
Oh, Tawny Katan did America's Finest People?
Yeah.
Shit. You mean Tawny Katan, who sent me a cameo for my birthday last year? That same one?
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. You know what? Were you watching AFHV at this time, or were you like out? Were you done? You were like over it already?
I'm pretty sure I was done with America's Funniest Home Videos.
It had like there was like the very first season of it, I was like super into it, and I was like trying to like, you know, videotape my own segments to send in, but I eventually got over it very quickly. It's like, you know what? You can only watch someone get hit in the balls with like a pool stick so many times before it's not funny anymore. Or like someone fall off a ladder.
Yeah. It's like, okay, how many times can you watch a guy get hit in the groin with a football?
I mean, according to The Simpsons, it's funny. It's funny. All right. Any guesses at what's on ABC at 7:30? Because it's not a full hour of AVHV. It's not. We got a shocking thing on right now. Like this, I have no idea. I have no memory of this, but when I read the description, I was like blown out of the water. I'm like, I need to find this.
Okay, what is it?
You ready? You sitting down?
I'm as ready as I can be.
Are you familiar with a show called On Our Own?
On Our Own, the Smollett siblings, right?
Yes! You know this? You've seen this?
Yes, I remember this. There's like, because there's like 10 of these kids, right?
There's 6.
And it's not just Jussie and Journey. There's like a whole slew of these kids from this family. And they're all orphaned in the TV show. And the oldest brother has to raise them all. And they have like this big giant house in Chicago or whatever.
Yeah, the oldest brother is comedian Ralph Lewis Harris. He's not a Smollett kid. But it has Jussie, Journey, JoJo, Jake, Jacque, and Jazz. So ooga, like this sounds. I want to find this. Like I got to sit down and watch this. It's made by the same people who did Family Matters. So you know, maybe they were trying to go with that like early Family Matters vibe before Urkel ruined everything for us.
Yeah.
Oh, I see her working her fingers. She's gonna find it. She's gonna have like the pilot episode or something, like a grainy ass copy of the pilot episode.
Yeah.
You found it? You got it?
Yeah, it did. Oh. Accidentally started it.
All right.
There, sorry.
Ooh, I dig the theme song. I'm kind of into it. It's kind of groovy. All right. You know what? Maybe in January when we're in our doldrums, maybe we'll watch the Smollett brothers and sisters try to struggle in the streets of Chicago with their older bro, comedian Ralph Lewis Harris. Shout out to all of them, except for Jussie, right? He's still canceled?
Yeah.
Still canceled?
Jussie is totally canceled.
Totally canceled.
Totally canceled.
All right. Shout out to Empire. All right. You ready for ABC 8 o'clock? This is wild.
Okay.
This is wild. Any guesses?
I can't.
Any
I can't think of what it could be. I'm blanking.
Get ready for Lois and Clark, the new adventures of Superman.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Tonight's episode, The Prankster. When Lois receives mysterious gifts, she and Clark link them to the creation of a nuclear weapon. And special guest villain, Bronson Pinchot.
What? Belky?
Yeah, Belky is a bad guy. We gotta find this. We gotta do this one night. Maybe we're in the March doldrums. We'll do it. We'll do like this night of television.
Oh my gosh.
All right, you ready? Are you ready for the Sunday night movie on ABC? This is fucking wild. This is wild.
Oh God.
All right, tonight on ABC's Sunday night movie, Nowhere to Hide. A wealthy divorcee believes she has entered the federal government's witness protection program when her life is threatened by her mob-connected ex-husband. She then falls in love with the agent assigned to protect her, but soon discovers that he is not a federal agent, but a stooge of her vengeful ex-spouse. Not knowing whom to trust, she must convince unsympathetic officials that she and her young son are in grave danger. This sounds fucking wild. I need to find this.
It's starring Rosanna Arquette and Scott Bakula.
Oh, what a night. What a cast. That is like the most 1994-iest cast you can imagine.
Also, the whole thing is on YouTube.
Nice. We're going to do it when we're in the April doldrums this night. This night of television.
Not coming to a podcast anytime soon. Anything Patrick mentions tonight.
Oh, we're going to forget about this as soon as we hit the stop button. We're going to forget all about this. All right. You ready for CBS? You ready for a hot night of CBS?
Yeah, what was on CBS?
All right. Things start off at CBS at 7 o'clock with 60 Minutes. Tick, tick, tick. And then following CBS. Any guesses?
Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, yeah, baby. You ready for the synopsis of tonight's episode? This is fucking wild.
Yeah, give it to me.
All right. To Kill a Legend. Do you have any guesses what this could possibly be about?
Oh, let's see. Somebody believes some stupid legend and it's totally fake and Jessica busts it up.
Kinda. Jessica accidentally discovers a letter from George Washington that leads to a hero's disgrace and a director's murder. Ooga.
They let that bitch on another movie set?
I guess so. We're going to have to find this episode. We'll do it when we're in the July doldrums.
Why did they let Jessica Fletcher go anywhere? People always die.
I know. They should just chain that bitch to a bench and just fucking be like, you're not allowed to leave the house. You know what? Use like the grocery store app, like the 1994 grocery store app. It's probably like you call them up and like, can you get me a fucking box of Cheerios and fucking Metamucil or whatever she was looking for?
Oh my God.
You ready for the CBS 9 o'clock movie? This is fucking wild. We got to find this one too.
Okay.
Is there life out there? ? You ready? You ready for the description?
Oh my God, if this doesn't involve aliens, I'm gonna be mad.
It does, and I thought it would. This stars Reba McEntire and Keith Carradine of the Carradine family, who we've been talking a lot about lately for some reason.
Yeah, they just keep popping up.
There's so many of them. Anyway, this is about a homemaker and part-time waitress whose dream has always been to get a college education, decides to finally pursue her lifelong ambition. However, her efforts are continually challenged by her demanded family, resentful husband, and a callow teaching assistant. Overcoming all adversity, she achieves her goal and receives her well-earned degree. They just spoiled the whole fucking movie in that description. What the fuck?
Dude, I'm pretty sure there's like a freaking music video from Reba that goes along with this.
Is it called Fancy?
No, it's called Is There Life Out There?
Oh, shit. You know what? Maybe the next time we do a music video, we'll have to keep up with Reba McEntire.
Because I remember this video. I've seen this video.
You know what? Maybe she made a big deal about this. Maybe this was like, they were talking about this for months. This was probably on the cover of TV Guide that week. Like, finally, after 6 months of hearing about Reba McEntire, she's going back to college. She's graduating. She's saying fuck you to her, her callow husband. I love it. All right, you ready for Fox? You ready for a one nonstop Fox? So just one Fox, where the fuck their tagline probably was this year? 7:30, Encounters the Hidden Truth. Do you remember the show? Remember this?
No.
All right, this was a TV series that featured real-life stories of paranormal phenomena. It's kind of like one of those sightings, unsolved mystery ripoffs. It was on for a while.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it was on for a while. They just threw it on whenever a show got canceled or something. Or you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I think they had football on today, so they probably sandwiched it between football and The Simpsons. If football ran over, They just threw on Encounters, like the last 15 minutes of it, just to fill the spot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I kind of spoiled what's on at 8 o'clock. Any guesses? Any hot guesses?
The Simpsons!
And tonight is a Sideshow Bob episode. At the request of right-wing radio personality Birch T. Barlow, Sideshow Bob is once again released from prison and sets his sights on running against Mayor Quimby in the upcoming election. You guys remember this one?
Vaguely.
I think he, wins the mayor role, and he, threatens to, tear down the Simpsons house or something. I don't know, it's been a while.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm excited about Fox 830. This is a show that I kind of remember. Remember a show called Hardball? And not Hardball with Chris Matthews.
I can't picture what happened on this show. I can't, put a cast together or anything.
All right, this is a show about baseball. It was a baseball-based sitcom. It had Joe Rogan, Bruce Greenwood, and everyone's favorite, Rose Marie, was on it.
That is a wild cast.
That is wild. That's what was Rose Marie doing? Bitch needed a paycheck or something? My Dick Van Dyke money's drying up.
No, she just wanted to get out of the house.
Oh, yeah, she wanted to get out of the house. She wanted to, I don't know, she didn't want to take her act on the road, so she wanted to go on, a sitcom that was on the air for, 8 episodes. Good times. And then at 9, we got a full hour of Married with Children. Ooga. Good times. And hold on. You ready for NBC? You ready to end the night?
Yeah, it was on NBC.
You wanted to see what the peacock was strutting tonight?
What was the peacock strutting?
All right, things kicked off at 8 o'clock with Sequest DSV. Ooga.
Okay.
Who are, if we lived in the Sequest world right now, they'd be beginning their maiden voyage right now, heading out to sea.
Yep.
I don't know, years-long mission to... What was their mission? I don't even remember. I don't fucking remember the premise.
I swear to God. Okay, I legit watched, the first episode, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
When Peacock dropped, and I don't even remember. It was just so weird to watch. It was hard to watch.
Really? It was hard to go back to?
Yeah, it was hard. Well, because they had, their graphics for what they thought computers would look like in 2020 just looked like something from 1996.
It looks like a Days of Our Lives text message from 2015.
Even worse than that.
They didn't have Star Trek money. No, they didn't have Star Trek money. They only had, I don't know. It's a Steven Spielberg show, right? Didn't he have a hand in it?
I think so.
You know what? He probably threw some money into the pilot. And then after that, they had to tone down on the special effects.
Listen, they had to pay for the dolphin.
Yeah, the talking dolphin. You know what? Was it a real dolphin or was it like 94 CGI?
No, it was a real dolphin.
Did they do the Mr. Ed thing to make its lips move?
Okay, it talked because there was a device Jonathan Brandis' character attached to it or something.
Oh, whatever. Who cares? All right, you ready? For NBC 9 o'clock, you ready for?
Yeah, it was on at 9.
All right, they had a movie, but it wasn't a made-for-TV movie. It was a cinematic presentation of a little movie called Shattered. Do you remember that movie, Shattered?
No.
This had Tom Berenger and Bob Hoskins. Basically, there's a horrible car accident. It leaves, I think Tom Berenger, he becomes, he has amnesia, and he begins to slowly unravel his shocking past, and it's kind of like a crime thriller, suspenseful kind of movie. I don't know. I remember I remember seeing on HBO maybe just before the NBC premiere.
That just seems like such an odd movie that a network television channel would air.
It was originally released in 1991, and I think it was a big movie at its time. It wasn't as big as Cape Fear, but it I think it had a decent run at the Cinemaplex. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, well, whatever. You know what? They had to go against such heavy hitters Is There Life Out There? And Nowhere to Hide. So, you know what?
I mean, that's true.
Good counter programming. You know what? There's probably some horny 40-year-old broad out there who has has the hots for Tom Berenger and Bob Hoskins. They're you know what? Oh my God. I wanted to fuck Bob Hoskins on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So here he is now in a crime thriller.
Oh my God. What am I going to do with you, Patrick?
I don't know. Maybe get a better Wi-Fi plan.
Hey, I have been on the boyfriend to get this fixed.
You know what? We need to call up fucking Cox Communications or whoever. Spectrum. I don't know what the fuck you got.
CenturyLink. CenturyLink sucks ass.
Suckerylink. Suckerylink is more like it. Not a sponsor. Definitely not a sponsor.
Definitely not a sponsor. If they were a sponsor, my internet wouldn't go out 4 or 5 times a fucking day.
Right? You're right. All right. You ready? You ready to head to Wellsville to hang out with two bros?
Yes, let's talk about Wellsville.
I know. We're already like 30 minutes in. We're going to get yelled at on the internet by some fucking 50-year-old broad who's like, they haven't been talking about Pete and Pete. Shut up, girl. Shut up. You obviously don't get our format.
Well, what's so funny is I listened to that episode. I was like, we're talking about the show.
All right. So paint a picture here. When we dropped our My Two Dads episode, which like just came out last week, our gal pal Emma Sands tweeted the link. She tweeted the link, and like 5 minutes later, not even like 20 minutes later, some bitch chimed in and it's like, I'm 20 minutes in, and these two fucking clowns haven't talked about My Two Dads yet. Moving on. And I was like, oh, fuck. Whoa. We got served.
I know. And then I was like listening to the episode a few days later when I finally had time, and I was like, wait a minute. We're talking about My Two Dads. We're talking about the cast.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she just wanted us to talk about Emma Samms like right off the bat. We're like, no, we gotta.
I think that's what she expected.
Well, you know what? We got work to do. We gotta like paint this world. We gotta paint the lives, our lives, and how we relate it to the show. There's so much. There's so much we gotta do. Bitch needs to listen to all 197 episodes leading up to that. Whatever. Fuck her. I hope she fucking, I don't know, bites her tongue today.
Be nice.
I will. You know what? You know what? She's probably like, you know what? Like, I felt bad and she went back and listened to other episodes. She's like, yeah, I kind of like them. And now we're like, fuck her.
Dude, it's like the time we complained about the peanut allergy shit.
I know, right? You know what? Lady who complained about us on the My Two Dads episode, if you're listening to it right now, tweet us. I'll send you a trinket. I got 4 AVSP Christmas ornaments hanging on my cork board. I'll send one to you right now. DM me your address. I'll fucking send it to you. Maybe I'll throw in like a fucking THC laced gummy too, so you can calm down, so you can calm your titties.
Damn, Patrick.
All right, Pete and Pete. Let's do it. We're in Wellsville.
Okay.
Let's want to do a cast breakdown, a hot cast breakdown, and kind of like create the scene. So our millennial listeners out there, our Gen Zers who might not know what Pete and Pete is. I like to think that we have like all these like real young listeners.
Like, I don't know why you would think that.
I feel like I do. I don't know. I feel like, do you think Drew from the TFGIF podcast listens to it, or do you think it's just Katie?
I think it's just Katie.
Okay, because like we decided, is Drew young? Like, is Drew's like younger than us?
Yeah, Drew is definitely younger.
Okay. Like, we don't know the dynamics, so we're trying to figure it out. But maybe, I don't know. I feel like he's like our biggest supporter for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
I feel like Drew doesn't know about like any other podcast besides the one he does. I could be completely wrong. Sorry, Drew. But I feel like Katie's the one who's active and all that.
Definitely a gal pal. Our gal pal, friend of the show. You know what she does? They do the things that like we're too afraid to do, like Nickelodeon game shows. So shout out to you guys. We love it. We stand. Maybe one day when we finally get together at PaceyCon, we'll all get together. We'll do a combo ep and we'll do like Eureka's Castle or something.
Dude, PaceyCon is so blasé. It's all about Katie Holmes Day now.
All right, Katie Holmes Day. when it's Katie Holmes Day, we'll do I don't know, disturbing behavior together. That'll be our like combo episode. So get ready in 2022 when the quarantine's over.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's get into it. We keep teasing it. Sorry, we're now like an hour in.
To be fair, there's like a good 3 minutes of just dead air that you've cut out.
You know what? Maybe I'll leave it in. Maybe I'll leave in the awkward.
Don't leave that in.
I'll just play like the Big Brother like live feed cut music. It's like the theme song, like the remix of the theme song.
Oh my god.
All right, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go, girls. Shout out to Shania Twain.
This is Wellsville is a small town. It's believed to be definitely like an East Coast town, like a New Jersey suburb.
Yeah, I get like New York, New Jersey vibes out of it, like kind of like the town that the Drapers would live in.
Really? You had to go there?
I mean, it did. Like, that's the vibe that I got. Like, it looks like the Draper town. Utica? I don't know. I can't remember where they lived.
Whatever. So, yeah. It's a small, like, little suburban town. You know, it's a little quirky. The town is definitely quirky.
Yeah, there's definitely something in the water there.
It's not quirky the same way that Stars Hollow is quirky or Bluebell is quirky. You know, but it's not as like far gone quirky as like Twin Peaks.
Yeah, all right. I feel like this is like the YA version of Twin Peaks right here, like without a murder mystery.
Like, there's just little things in town. It's got its own, like, lore and such, you know?
Yeah. And, like, we get a lot of lore in this one episode, which is great. Like, they threw in, like, so much lore in, like, a 25-minute episode, which is, we'll get to it, but it's great. So, like, we get to the cast. So we have, like, you have Big Pete. He's, like, the narrator of the show. He's, like, a young teen. What's he, like, 14, 15-ish is what we...
He's 15.
15, okay. And he kind of, he hangs out with this chick, Ellen. Girlfriend, but not a girlfriend. It's a girl that's a friend kind of thing.
Yes. But, you know, it's the kind of thing where people are like, oh, that's Pete and Ellen. They have a thing going on.
Yeah.
Because at that point, like, when you're that age, you don't differentiate. Like, even, I remember, like, being that age, and I hung out with a lot of guys. Like, I was the girl in the group of guys. I'm like, I remember my parents always being like, well, which one are you dating? I'm like, I'm not dating any of them.
Well, I think we've talked about this in other episodes of the podcast. Like, we're kind of like that first generation, or like within 10 years of that really being a thing where a boy and a girl were like BFFs. Like, it kind of started like in like the John Hughes era.
Yeah.
With like 16 Candles. I almost said Sweet 16. 16 Candles and stuff. You know, you had Ducky and Molly. I know her name's not Molly, but...
That's Pretty in Pink.
You know what I mean.
Watch out, or we're doing John Hughes month.
All right, well, when we do John Hughes month, I want to be getting names wrong. So get ready. Get ready, girls. Let's go, girls. Okay,
so we're in Wellsville. It's like a couple days before Halloween. And you got Big Pete. He's talking about how he's not feeling it. Like, whatever excitement for Halloween used to exist in him is just, like, not there. He could give two flying figs about carving a pumpkin. He doesn't care about getting dressed up or going trick-or-treating. Yeah, he's at that age where he's just, like, it's not cool, and there's not really anything, like, to replace the trick-or-treating with, really, you know?
Yeah, and you know what, like, when I was watching this earlier, I was, like, thinking about it, because, like, you definitely go... Because, like, I legitimately think I was 15 when I was really, like, fuck Halloween. You're definitely 14 one year, and you're still into it. Like, you're still in this world, and you're like, I'm never gonna stop! And then, literally, like, within a year, you're just like, like, I guess I'll dress up in a costume, but is anyone else doing it? I don't want to be the only one kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, I'll dress up in a costume for school, but, like, I'm not going trick-or-treating.
I don't even think I'd dress up in a costume for school. I literally think the year that I was 15, I think, I kind of got, like, conned into going trick-or-treating, maybe. I don't even think I went trick-or-treating. I think I just, like, wore... I put an eye patch on, and then I had, like, one of those, like, Captain Hook hands, but I wore, like, my regular clothes. I was wearing, like, my, like, Kurt Cobain flannel, and I was like, I'm a pirate. Fuck you guys. Fucking walk the plank.
Yeah, I think... Okay, as we know, I stopped trick-or-treating early.
Oh, yeah, we've discussed this.
Yeah. Like, you can go back to any of, like, the other... Here Come the Booze episodes, and I was over it early. But, like, I remember I still kind of, like, dressed up for school because, like, that was still, like, a thing.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know what?
You know?
It's, like, the only day you can get away with being weird at school without anyone judging you.
Yeah, it's, like, the only day I can get away with wearing fishnet stockings and a flapper dress, so I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, and, like, spray painting your hair pink.
Yeah.
Without anyone looking at you like you're a fucking poser.
Yeah. Like, I didn't do that all the time anyway in the 6th grade.
Oh, you were the Kool-Aid. You're the girl who had, like, Purple Source Rex and was, like, coloring your hair with it.
Yeah, I was, like, using food coloring to color my hair, and the spray can stuff, and Kool-Aid, if I could get my hands on it.
I bet your hair tasted so good. I bet it tasted terrific.
Like, it's amazing. My hair is in a complete shit show now.
I'm surprised you still have hair after, like, the way you fucking badly damaged it for fucking, like, 30 years.
Okay, just because I've been dyeing my hair since I was 12. Good 25 years. Holy shit.
Well, she still got hair. She still got it. And it's not a wig.
Not a wig.
It's 100% not a wig.
But yeah.
All right. Yeah, so that's Pete. That's Big Pete. And, but, like, Little Pete is, like, what's he, like, 10, 11-ish? He's, like, a preteen.
Something like that. He is fucking obsessed.
Yeah, he's still in this world. And, so, like, him and Big Pete for years, they've been trying to beat the trick or treat record of Wellsville, which is what, like 375 houses in one night.
It's 374 houses, so they got to get 375.
Yes, and I guess this was like accomplished in like the 60s or something. It was like a real like old time.
Yeah, in like late 50s, early 60s, like this brother and sister were able to do it while they were dressed up as ghosts, basically a sheet thrown over them.
Yeah, they had like the Garfield ghost costume with like the little like poked holes in the eye for the eyes and like the white sheet over, and they hit up 374 houses in one night. Like I was like surprised to even learn that there was like 374 houses within walking distance. So I was like, whoa! Like,
I know. I'm like, that's a lot of houses. Like,
I'm like,
but then I started trying to like think how many houses are like on a block. Maybe 16.
I'm trying to think of like my community where I live. There's probably like 15 houses on my street. So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's foreseeable. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, if you think about it, okay, say the average street has 14 houses.
Yeah.
Okay. So 375 divided by 14 is 27 streets or blocks.
That doesn't seem like a lot. Let's be real.
But that's also almost 3 miles.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you have a bike, you can probably do it on a bike or like a wagon. If there's a lot of hills.
Who bikes for trick-or-treating?
I don't know. I feel like I might have done it one year. I don't know. I can't recall. My brain cells aren't there anymore. I was gonna bring up one thing though. Like, I feel like I didn't really grow up in the New Jersey, New York suburbs area. You did. Are the houses like spread apart? Or are they close together? Or like, what is the sitch?
You have like a side yard, and you have like the next house over.
A long backyard.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like where I grew up, like everyone had like acreage. People had like land. So like there was gaps like in between houses and stuff. So
Oh yeah,
But where I live now, everything's like close together. So like that's how I'm thinking of it from like a today perspective. But I as I said, I didn't grow up in Jersey, so I don't know what it's like.
I would say maybe you could do maybe 20 houses on a street.
Okay, all right. But
rough estimate.
But Little Pete was like bargaining with like Big Pete.
Yeah.
Because Big Pete's like, you know what, just live your dream. But he's like, but I can't do it alone. He's like, someone's got to like help carry the candy. And I'm like, what the fuck are they like? What are they getting?
They're getting like a huge ass bag of candy, like 300. Okay, just imagine if it's one candy per house. That's 370 something pieces of candy.
I know, but like when I was when they were showing the clips of them going like house to house, they were getting like 4 or 5 pieces of candy at a time, and I was like, who's
exactly? So you got like think about that. Okay, so 375 times 4 or 5, that's a lot of candy.
I mean it is. But I feel like if someone just gave you one piece of house, like 375 pieces, one person could probably easily carry that.
Maybe. I don't know. They're flimsy little young boys. Maybe they don't have the upper body strength.
I don't know. I mean, neither do I, but as a grown ass adult, who am I to judge? I don't know. I mean, I guess like I was thinking like bring like a wagon, and you could just like when your like fucking pillowcase fills up with candy, throw it in the wagon and grab it, like bring like 7 or 8 pillowcases or whatever people used in 1994. I think I used pillowcases. I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest with you.
We had like specific bags for trick or treating.
Oh, like you got it at like CVS or something.
Yeah, like they were told like they were these plastic bags with like white hard plastic handles. They had like ghosts on them or something, some kind of print.
Oh yeah, those things.
We didn't do the pillowcase.
I always did the pillowcase. I don't know. I kind of liked it.
I always had the bag, and then I had my little cardboard box so I could trick or treat for UNICEF.
What?
Yeah.
UNICEF is a crock. You are just fucking supporting scammers.
Listen, my church had us do it, so I did it.
You know what? I'm replacing you with January Jones.
No, you are not. I just watched a fucking movie with her in it too.
Ooh, what movie?
What was it? It was American Wedding.
Oh yeah. She's what's her name? Sister.
Yeah, Allison Hannigan.
Yeah, like who would have thought that they came out of the same pussy? Like, whoa.
I'm like watching the movie and I'm like, God, this character is so annoying. And then I'm like, wait, is that January Jones?
It sure is, girl.
And then I was like, fucking Patrick.
Save the sharks. That's all I gotta say. Save the sharks. All right.
Dude, how are kids gonna trick or treat for UNICEF when we're in a fucking coins shortage?
They're gonna get fucking, I don't know, like Venmo's.
Oh yeah, wait, no. Apparently, according to the UNICEF website, it's they can do a digital orange box.
Oh, so you're just gonna get everyone's like Venmo account? Like, send me.
I guess so.
You know what? I'd be fucking just taking everyone's Venmo dollars and fucking going to buy myself a fucking, I don't know, a Sony PlayStation or something.
Oh my gosh, you're awful.
I don't condone that. I'm just kidding. You know me. I don't go around knocking door to door asking people for money. I just do it on the internet. GoFundMe.
Oh my goodness, Patrick. Okay, so here's the thing. Big Pete is completely over Halloween. Little Pete is like living for it. He and his best friend, played by Michelle Trachtenberg, are like so excited because they're gonna go trick-or-treating. It's gonna be awesome. And then like the loser like crossing guard is like running around on a moped.
What's his name? Like Frank Gertch or something? What was it?
Yeah.
Is this the only episode that he appears in?
No, I think there's like another episode or two.
Is he an adult? Is he like a late teen? Like, I don't know. I was so confused by him.
He's like one of those adults who maybe stunted.
I don't know. You know what? You don't hear remind me. He reminded me of a character from like a 1-800-COLLECT commercial for some reason. I don't know why. Like I can just picture him. Like, you know what? Like I'm at the beach. I'm at Muscle Beach. I'm trying to dial 0 to call my cab ride home, and he just fucking comes up on his little like moped thing and his little like mini siren going off, blowing his whistle, flashing his flashlight at me, like, you need to call 1-800-COLLECT if you want to make any long distance calls. Like, save a buck or two, whatever the fucking motto was back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the vibe I got from him. We have to talk about Michelle Trachtenberg, aka Nona, for a minute.
Yes.
Young Michelle Trachtenberg. She's like real young. She's probably like 8 years old in this. I don't know, like she like seemed like she was a lot younger than Little Pete to me.
She definitely comes off as younger.
You know what? I looked it up. Little Pete is like our age, and Michelle Trachtenberg is like 3 years younger than us.
It's wild.
Maybe 4 years younger. So, you know, she definitely was younger. So she's like Little Pete's like BFF, right? Like
She idolizes Little Pete though. Like she's got her arm in a cast and she draws a petunia on it to be like him.
Yeah, her arm's not broken. She just likes to have an itchy arm, and she just likes that a cast is on it and it makes her arm itchy.
Yeah.
That's her quirk. And her dad is Iggy Pop.
Yes.
like Iggy Pop, punk rocker from the 70s, hardcore as fuck. Like on a Nickelodeon show in the early 90s. Like, love it. Like, that'll never happen again, ever.
That's not how Nickelodeon casts at all anymore.
No, that'd be like if, like, I don't know, like Post Malone was on like a Disney Channel show, like right now.
Gross.
I don't know. I couldn't think of like an equation. I don't know, because I don't know any like modern day punk rock. I'm like, A Simple Plan? Like, are they still a thing? No. I don't know. Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. Like, yeah, all right. I guess that could be.
Yeah, that's who'd be the dad. Is him or like Tom?
Yeah, Tom DeLonge, who's like super into like hunting aliens now. He's like an alien hunter.
Yeah, like that's who it would be. Like,
and playing the dad is Tom DeLonge.
No. You know who's playing the dad? Mark from Sugar Ray.
You know what? I could totally. Mark McGrath is totally like, he needs cash.
Yeah.
We're in quarantine. Sugar Ray can't do the fucking like the county fair circuit this year. They can't play at the fucking speedways. He's gonna make money somehow, so he fucking gets himself on a I don't know, like a JoJo Siwa sitcom or something.
He's the dad, and then like James Maslow is like the cool brother. Older brother.
I don't even know, like older brother, like the uncle, like the.
Oh yeah, so he'd be Mark's like little brother.
Hold on a second, Truman just like bit my power strip.
Oh, Truman.
Yeah, James Maslow.
Sophia's just like laying here asleep and gives no fucks about anything.
Yeah, James Maslow is the like the cool uncle, the one who like, I don't know, drives the kids to the mall. Maybe like buys them tickets to R-rated movies.
Oh my god, I actually kind of need this show.
What would it be called?
It would be a Netflix family sitcom.
Yeah, it'd be like a Netflix family sitcom. because I feel like it'd be too if James Maslow's buying tickets to an R-rated movie for the kids, that'd be too dicey for Nickelodeon or Disney. So you know what?
Yeah.
Netflix might be into it. Netflix might be into it. You know what? And it's gonna take place in the 90s. I feel like there'd be more like less restrictions in the 90s.
Like yeah, like I can see those two playing brothers.
And Mark McGrath is a single dad. He got his wife left him. His wife played by, I don't know, like Jessica Biel or something. She's like not a main character, but she comes in like every like 5 or 6 episodes. She like pops in and she's like, "What the fuck?
It's
like, what are you doing to a child?"
And the brother moves in to help with the kids.
Jessica Biel has like a hot new husband. It's played by, I don't know, like, who'd be the hot new husband? The hot rich husband. It's like an older guy. Let's like picture like someone like slightly older. How about like Grant Show?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I don't know. Is he still on Dynasty? I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know.
We're really great at casting these TV shows that'll never come into fruition.
Dude, I want this one so bad.
How about a new idea? A new Patreon podcast idea? We just like cast and create like a pilot episode of a show.
Oh my god.
Sign up for it. That's our like $4 level. $4 level right there. All right, we got to finish this. We're like 7 hours in. We're gonna be here all night.
Well, okay, hold on. So it's like a couple days before Halloween. You know, Pete's getting excited, but like the crossing guard dude is like, well, you know, there's danger out there.
Yeah.
Because there's like a ragtag gang of teens called the Pumpkin Eaters who go and smash pumpkins and terrorize kids on Halloween.
Yeah, and they actually put actual pumpkins on their heads, like jack-o'-lanterns. They like put them on the head.
Yeah.
They remind me of like, I don't know, like the goons from Batman Returns for some reason. I don't know.
I just know that the one guy who's like the leader has the one eye for his pumpkin, and it always like ever since I saw Monsters Inc. I think of that pumpkin.
Endless Mike.
Yes.
Is named Endless Mike because he's like repeated the same grade in high school like forever.
Yeah.
I feel like Endless Mike is like actually like 24. He's like old enough to buy bear, but no one has acknowledged it. These people are just not into that kind of stuff, so they just don't realize it. And he doesn't even realize it either because he's just surrounded by teens all the time, like preteens for the most part. What a weird town. Whatever. Oh yeah, so like they're the villains of the episode. They're the bullies, and I guess for the last couple of years they've just been terrorizing the town on Halloween. Like they like shave and cream people, they silly string people, they toilet paper everything. They just smash pumpkins left and right.
Ah, fuck. Sound went out.
Your sound went out?
Okay, there it is.
All right. Yeah. So they've been terrorizing Wellsville for like the last couple of years. And the fucking crossing guard, who's like now like in charge of Halloween, he's like the Halloween police for some reason. He's like, well, like word around like the town hall is if we can't stop the pumpkin eaters, that's it. Like Halloween's canceled. Like fuck Halloween. Like no more Halloween.
Yeah.
Big Pete's like, all right, like you know what? Like I'm gonna be driving next year. I'm gonna be 16. I'm gonna have my license. I'm gonna just get the fuck out of here. But like little Pete's like, what? Like no more Halloween?
Yeah.
Like shit. Like this is my last year to try to like break the record, like the trick or treating record. And I don't even have my big brother to support me. Like, I'm going to do this on my own. So he goes up to Nona and he's like, Nona, like, you're my fucking wingman here. Like, you and I got to do it. Like, let's like figure it out. And they like draw maps and shit. They're doing diagrams, all kinds of crazy shit.
They got like all those crazy plans that kids make.
Yeah. Like the map. Like I used to actually like make maps. I would like try to like figure out like, all right, what am I going to do? What streets am I going to go down?
Yeah, I would do that too.
Like, who's the rich? Where are the rich neighborhoods? I didn't live in a town with rich neighborhoods, but I thought I did.
Dude, you lived in a town that didn't even have Halloween.
We did not have Halloween, but it came back when I was in like 9th grade or something. Like 8th or 9th grade, it came back. So we tried. We tried to get those big candy bars. We tried to get the big ass ones. The big fucking Hershey bars with all fucking like 12 pieces of chocolate on them that you can fucking break off. So Iggy Pop, Nona's dad, like gets wind. He hears the crossing guard talking. He's like, "Wait a second."
No, that's not what happens. What happens is like the night before Halloween.
Oh, Devil's Night.
Okay, so like the day before Halloween, Ellen and Big Pete are walking through an alleyway, and it's just like a pumpkin graveyard. Like, there's been like 30, 40 pumpkins just smashed.
Yeah, we have to talk about this.
Yeah.
So,
because you're jumping ahead, man. You're jumping ahead.
I'm not jumping ahead. I have like a sidebar. A sidebar. I was thinking about this. I was sitting down. I was thinking about this. This episode came out in October, so they probably filmed this in the summer, like in like July. There's like so many like pumpkins in this episode. There's like hundreds and hundreds among hundreds of pumpkins, which are not in season, and they're smashed, and some are actually put together, and then they're actually like smashing pumpkins. I'm trying to think of like where they got these pumpkins from.
My guess is they probably actually filmed it in early September.
Really?
Yeah.
You're wrong, because hold on, I was reading an article saying they actually filmed it in July, and because I know.
Really?
Yeah, I got the answer. I actually have the answer. There was a nearby farm, and they knew ahead of time that they were going to do this episode, so they like went ahead early and planted the pumpkins. I kind of like posed this like crazy question, and then I had the answer. So sorry, guys. But the guy that like this was like the set decorator. He had a blog post, and he's like talking about it, and he was just talking about how they literally used like thousands of pumpkins. Like they were like saying that even like after they were done with this episode, the town that they actually like filmed the show in were pissed off because there were like pumpkin remnants like everywhere for weeks after this, and like the whole town stunk like pumpkins.
Yeah.
And then they would have some in like they had pumpkins like in the offices for a little bit. The town, the offices just smelled like rotting corpses of pumpkins for like the longest time. So wild stuff.
Dude, pumpkins don't rot that fast either, man.
I mean, when you carve them, they do. Like when you fucking gut them and shit.
Well, yeah, if you carve them. But if they're like a whole pumpkin.
Yeah, but there were so many like carved pumpkins in this episode. Like
that's true. There were so many pumpkins. It's not like all the fake pumpkins you get on like a Hallmark movie now.
And then I'm thinking if they like filmed this like in the summer, like in July, it's hot out, so you probably get like the fucking pumpkin guts are like melted into the street and sidewalk.
That is probably a town that is not fan of pumpkin spice.
No. Like, you know what? Like, Starbucks is like, we got pumpkin spice! And everyone's like, fuck you, we'll never forget. We remember. We remember.
But then again, there is no pumpkin in a pumpkin spice latte.
That is true, but I feel like the average white bitch doesn't know that.
They don't.
You know what? I could go for a pumpkin spice latte right now. Maybe after I finish recording, I'll drive back and get one. Drive back to Dunkin' Donuts. Not Touch Bros, because I don't get one.
That's too bad, because I had a pumpkin cream freeze the other day from Dutch Brothers. It was so good. It was so sweet. You could taste the actual pumpkin.
Oh, it's like a Halloween orgasm right there.
Mm-hmm.
A fallgasm. A fallgasm.
Yeah, you know, but it was still like 90 degrees out before it fucking snowed here.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that? Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's still like cold and dreary out, man. And it's supposed to be like 80 fucking degrees tomorrow.
Good times, good times. All right. We're in the alleyway, the pumpkin graveyard.
There's one pumpkin that hasn't been smashed. And Ellen
got missed.
Is like, do it, Pete. Do it. You know you want to. She's like totally like, yeah, destroy the pumpkins. Like, Ella definitely has something against Halloween, and we never find out what, but she's like not here for this shit.
Ellen is like totally like this, like fuck the patriarchy kind of girl. Like,
yeah,
she will just, I don't know. You know what? There's like any kind of organized system. I feel like that Ellen does not want anything to do with it. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Stupid sexy Flanders. So Pete smashes the pumpkin, and he has like this is like him. This is like a transitional period for him. This is like, you know what? Like, I'm on the cusp of adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying goodbye to my childhood. Like, fuck my childhood, but like, welcome to the jungle for his adulthood. He like smashes the pumpkin, and like, there's like, they walk away, and he feels good about himself. But like, the camera like hangs on a window, and we see like a pumpkin head pop up, and it's Endless Mike, and he's looking out the window, and he's like, Wrigley? Pete Wrigley? Smashing a pumpkin?
Yeah, like,
there's hope for him after all. It's very like Darth Vader-ish to me. I don't know why.
It's so ridiculous.
Oh, I love this lore here. Like, it's great.
But so yeah, like after they do this, then the Wrigley's home gets TP'd and all the pumpkins on the front porch get smashed because it's obviously mischief night.
Oh yeah, it's Devil's Night here in Wellsville. All's not well in Wellsville.
Mischief night, bitches. It's mischief. I can't talk now.
Mischief Night. Welcome to Mischief Night.
Mischief night.
So that's when Iggy Pop's like, he sees all this. He's like trying to like sweep away the pumpkin fucking remnants. He can't do it. You know what? Because it's like
everywhere.
They've been smoldering all night long on the sidewalk, swamped in, caked into the ground, and he can't fucking scoop them up. The hose won't work anymore. So he's like, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck this, Noda. You ain't trick-or-treating tonight. And she's like, Dad, fuck you. And just kind of like pouts her way back into the house.
Yeah, like,
so
that's extreme. Like, you're not trick-or-treating because these assholes are out here smashing pumpkin.
I know, it's kind of lame. You know what?
But I kind of feel like that's totally that era of parent thinking. If they've been, like, shoved with the idea of this is what happens on Mischief Night. Just imagine what's actually going to happen on Halloween.
Yeah, I could picture like maybe like a few days before there's a deleted scene of like a town hall meeting. And they're all like, "Era, we need to get rid of Halloween. Fuck Halloween." Kind of thing.
Well, because it kind of made me think of just now of like all those like Mischief Night PSA videos we had to watch back in the day. You probably didn't get shit like that, but
no. Tell me about these. Tell me more. Tell me more.
No, it's just like, don't do this. Maybe I'm making this up, but I'm looking at YouTube right now.
I feel like you're making this up. Like maybe
I feel like this is totally something we got in my area where I was living. No, because apparently there's some movie called Mischief Night, and now that's taking over the algorithm.
Was there like a lot of shenanigans in your...
Like, you know, people, you get like houses toilet papered, and then like...
I mean, I feel like that happens everywhere.
Pumpkin smashed and
house egged.
But we actually had like a name for the night. It's Mischief Night.
Someone takes shaving cream and like draws a dick on your car window.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a classic. The classic penis on a car window. It's good. It's great to do it in the winter because then it freezes and it's like hard to get off.
Ugh.
Great times. All right, so Halloween is like kind of like now potentially future canceled, but like Big Pete kind of feels bad for Little Pete. He's like, oh fuck, like
yeah,
I'll go out with you. I'll allow you to, you know, accomplish the dream, the big dream. And Little Pete's like, you're not pulling my chain, are you? Because he's like, I'm getting all my hopes up. And he's like, no, I'll do it. And he's like, you know, even though like what happened to Ned Friedman last year, and then we get like a little flashback scene of Ned Friedman, who was like the quote unquote like older kid who goes trick or treating.
Yeah, but he's like actually in an actual costume and totally down to be like trick or treating.
Yeah, he was like dressed up like a Donald Duck sailor, like from like the wartime effort.
Yeah,
Disney shorts. And the pumpkin, you just like find him and they like I don't know, like hang him upside down from a tree or like a goalpost or something,
and steal his candy or some shit like that.
I guess it was like an embarrassing thing that happens. Like everyone like shuns him. Like they won't even go near him anymore. He's like kryptonite.
Like the pages like surrounding his picture in the yearbook are blank pages.
Yeah, no one wants to be next to him, even in the yearbook. It's great. I fucking love it. Poor kid. You know what?
Like, man, those yearbook editors are savage.
Yeah, you know what? I want like a Ned Friedman like update right now. Like, where is he now?
He's probably the richest guy in Silicon Valley.
He's like the Artie Ziff of that of that town of Wellsville. He like comes back on a helicopter. And he's like, fuck you, Marge Bouvier. Like, I'm a millionaire now. Remember when you shunned me because I dressed up like a fucking sailor? Fucking, like, I don't know, like, sailor musical from the 50s? Like, look at me now. Look at my net worth now.
Yeah, sorry, I still love my husband, homie.
Yeah, homie. Oh, homie. All right. So, Pete's like, all right, I'll go. Big Pete's like, all right, I'll go along with it. And like Little Pete's got like, I got an idea for a costume. We'll dress up like astronauts. You can wear like a helmet on your head, so like no one has to see your face, even though you're like fucking 6 feet tall already. People will know automatically that you're a Halloweenie. That's what they call them, Halloweenies, when you're too old to trick or treat.
Yeah, like that's so weird.
And then Little Pete, like he like invented some kind of like bladder system inside his Halloween costume so he can pee in it.
Dude, let's be real. He just put a freaking catheter in and a bag.
But like, you just, that's weird, right? Like
that's weird. But Little Pete is a weird freaking kid.
Like, all right, all I was thinking, he's literally like walking around and there's like a small like bag of like urine that's like close to him that could literally pop open at any moment, like if he fell down or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're dressed up like astronauts. They're going around town. They're trick-or-treating. And we get like this little, we get these little like cut scenes of them. And we get this like map. It's like a map of the town. And they show these little shortcuts. Like Big Pete knows all like the shortcuts. Little Pete like knows like the neighborhoods of like most houses. And we get this whole thing. And we get like down to a point now where Little Pete's like, all right, you know the drill. Hustle instead of saying trick or treat, because he's like he's on the clock. He's like looking at his watch. He's like, fuck. He's got it all figured out. Like we gotta do like I don't know, like 100 houses an hour. We want to get this done in 4 hours.
Yeah, they gotta get it done. They gotta get it done before midnight.
Is it midnight? I feel like it's like 10 o'clock.
No, because the two from the kids who did it before midnight. So if they can get it done faster than that, that's even better.
They got some fucking loose rules in Wellville when it comes to trick-or-treating.
I mean, I feel like back in the 90s, for the most part, things were not as regulated.
Okay.
You know?
There's Halloween regulations today.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you're not...
We need all kids off the streets by 10.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, there's no curfew. Like, I feel like town-wide curfews weren't really that big of a thing until maybe the late 90s.
If the kids aren't off the streets by 10, they're going to get the coronavirus. The bars aren't allowed to open past 11 anymore, so, because coronavirus doesn't exist before 11 o'clock.
Well, before, here in Colorado, it was till 10. But, they get that extra hour now.
Ooh, they get the happy hour. You know what? Mozzarella sticks are half-price Mazza sticks.
I'm just like, oh, this does me no good. I'm still at work.
They're pretty much like zeroing in on beating the fucking the record, and all of a sudden they knock at Ned Friedman's door, and he's dressed up like fucking Vincent Price or something. I don't know what the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Well, he's like Dracula, but he has a Vincent Price mustache. I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Listen, the kid is weird. There's a reason. There's more to this. Nobody wants to be near him than just the Halloween thing. Let's be real.
And there's like a crack in Big Pete's visor, so he's like, Wriggles?
Yeah.
Wriggles, is that you? And Wriggles is like, oh, fuck, I've been caught, I've been had. And he's like, oh, God, I didn't know you were into Halloween, too. He's like, we need to buddy up. We need to do, like, a buddy comedy next year.
Pete Wrigley.
Yeah, I know, but now he's Wriggles. He, like, panics, and he's like, I can't do this anymore, little Pete. Like, I'm out. Like, fuck, I've been had. If Ned Friedman, the fucking town Halloweenie, can fucking figure me out, he's like, the pumpkin eaters will figure me out. And little Pete's like pissed off. They kind of get in like a little mini argument. Big Pete like runs off, but then he like runs into the pumpkin eaters, and we get this like Ferris Bueller's Day Off like chase through fucking Wellsville, where they're like hopping over fences and like diving into pools and fucking balancing beaming on fences and stuff. It's great. It's a fun little segment that we get. And then Big Pete decides to like hide inside like a fucking, I don't know, like I guess it's like an abandoned house they like turned into a haunted house or something. I don't know what it is.
But it's like a weird haunted house because it's like, who's running this haunted house? Because nobody's around for it.
Yeah, it's closed. Like it's not even being operated on.
Yeah.
So he like hides in, and then like the fucking Paul Blart, the fucking mall cop, is driving around on his fucking moped. And so the pumpkin eater's like, oh fuck. So they like hide, they like run into the haunted house too at the same time. Like Pete's like, I don't know, maybe in like the basement, or he's on like another level or something, and they're not like on the, like, they're just kind of like going through the haunted house together.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they like bump into each other. Endless Mike takes off his mask. He like does the big reveal, and he's like, at first we were going to hang you from the goalpost, but now I realize it's you, Wriggles. I want you to join the dark side. You must come to the dark side. It's very like Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker-esque. And
yeah.
I guess like Big Pete, Little Pete had like some kind of like walkie-talkie system between them. So like Little Pete is like listening to it.
Yeah, there's like some kind of intercom thing going on, communication device, because Little Pete is kind of like some sort of like evil genius.
Yeah, he's like fucking Dr. Evil today from like Austin Powers.
I mean, he was like, what, a 7-year-old who convinced the tattoo artist to give him a tattoo?
Yeah, on Mother's Day of all days. So
yeah,
Little Pete's like listening to this all through the intercom system, and like, because he was like one house away from breaking the record.
Yeah,
he just had one more fucking door to knock on. I feel like he still could have knocked on the door, beat the record, and gone and saved Big Pete, but That's just me.
Yeah, probably.
But it's a hero's tale. This is a hero's tale. And there's a lesson to be learned. This is a Nickelodeon show. You know, it's not about greed. It's not about greed. So he basically abandons his plot to break the record. He shows up with the fucking Paul Blart the Mall car, but the last minute, they save Big Pete. They like, I don't know, it gets pretty violent actually. They like are bonking the fuck out of the pumpkin eaters. They're like hitting it like on the head with shit, like smashing their face. It's very like slapsticky kind of comedy, but you know, in like real life that would kill somebody kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or like at least a fucking maybe a concussion at the very least.
Yeah.
You know, they save the day. Big Pete's not a Halloweenie. Endless Mike has been usurped. He like his friends now think he's an idiot for, you know, because he got fucking trumped by Big Pete. So they like take off, they abandon him, and you know, Big Pete and Little Pete are now like, all right, like, you know, let's be bros now, bros before breaking records kind of thing. Big Pete's like, well, what about your record? And Little Pete's like, there's always next year. Halloween hasn't been canceled. And like, haha, all's great, all's fun, all's well, in Wellsville.
Yes, I was waiting for you to get there.
That's basically it. That's like the main drag of it, right?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And like the next day, the pumpkin eaters have to like clean Nona's dad's house.
Oh yeah, they're out there and they're doing that thing where one of the fucking goons are like, he's on a ladder with a hose and he's like trying to like wash off all the eggs from the house, but Nona like folds the hose together so like the water stops, and he does that stupid thing where he looks at the hose and he gets splashed in the face because he's a fucking dimwit.
Yeah, so it's like, oh yeah.
Oh, what a time to be alive. So am I missing anything? Are we missing any little tidbits?
No, I think we got it all, because there's like no wrap up with how Ellen feels about Pete after this.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Like it just exists.
Yeah, I'd like to know. Like, I just kind of feel like Ellen maybe was like slightly disappointed for a few days. I feel like she's like, oh my man, you fucking caved. You conformed to the social norms of our shitty town.
Like, you celebrate Halloween. How could you, Pete? Like, what do you think Ellen's doing at home on Halloween night?
I don't know, just being Daria-like. I feel like she's just being Daria-like.
Do you think she's, like, just in her room reading, like, Frankenstein?
You know what? I feel like sitting in a room reading Frankenstein is too conformant. I feel like she's being a nonconformist. She was probably reading something, like, anti-Halloween, something totally opposite. Like, maybe she was watching fucking, I don't know, It's a Wonderful Life, just because it's Halloween and she wanted to watch something Christmas.
Yeah.
But joke's on her, because now it's like November 1st and fucking Hallmark is dropping Christmas movies. So, ha ha ha. Fuck you, Ellen. Ellen note. I want to throw something out there. I get very major, like, Ellen Page vibes from...
Really? I don't see it.
Like, Juno kind of vibes. I don't know. Just like the way, I don't know.
I don't see it.
Not the look-wise, but like the personality.
No, I know not the look, but no, I don't get that same vibe, no.
All right. If anyone else in our fandom, let us know, because Kat was wrong. Pat was right. All right. On a scale out of 1 out of 5, smashed pumpkins, how many smashed pumpkins would you give the Halloweenie episode of The Adventures of Pete and Pete? Dying to know. I'm going
to give it a 3.
Okay. All right.
It pinpoint a very specific point in someone's life when they're kind of over Halloween.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree.
And like how like kind of this day, but it's not like, doesn't still have that magic that Christmas can have, like later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Christmas is a timeless holiday, but Halloween's kind of like a very time specific one. But like Halloween definitely has like a resurgence. Like once people become old enough to drink alcohol, it's like, oh, Halloween, we could dress up like slutty nuns or something.
Yeah.
So it gets this like hot resurgence. All right. I respect your answer. I'm gonna give it let me think. I'm just thinking this through. Like I definitely had a joy watching this. It was fun. It was fancy free. I enjoyed the message of the episode. I think I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna go with a 4.
Yeah, that's where I figured you'd be.
I just found it like for like a show like aimed at children for the most part. I just found it like very well written. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of like non sequiturs that I think adults would appreciate, but children, it just might go over their head. I don't know. I feel like this show kind of like shaped me like into the person I am today, like in the long run. So
I mean, I think this is a very specific time in Nickelodeon when the shows were a little weird, but they weren't like carbon copies of each other.
yeah, like everything was very unique. You had shows that would scare the bejesus out of you, like Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes.
You would get like a variety show like Roundhouse. You would get, I don't know, just kind of like a quirky show like this, Pete and Pete. And then like even like Clarissa Explains It All was kind of like, it was kind of like cut from the same cloth as Pete and Pete, but it was like its own thing. Like it did its own thing.
Yeah.
And then you got these like
it had its own quirks.
and then you got like weird Saved by the Bell-esque type shows like Welcome Freshmen. So like they were just all over the place. It was just a great time to be alive and a great time to be a sitcom on a Nickelodeon.
I want to find episodes of Welcome Freshmen so bad.
Maybe one day. You know what? It's out there. If someone has a VHS tape of Welcome Freshmen, tweet us at Fairy Podcast and
yes,
we'll find
Oh
it.
my god, like yeah. But because compared to like the stuff Nickelodeon puts today, like they're all like the shows for a very long period were all created by Dan Schneider. They all kind of had the same little quirks, the same style, and the same dark shit going on in the backstage. So
I don't know. This is a great time. This is a great time to be a Nickelodeon show. Like if you were a up and coming star, what a time. What a time to be alive. So like fuck iCarly. iCarly can, I don't know, suck an egg. Go suck an egg, gut bucket. There's a few other things that I want to throw out there, like Trick or Treat Gut Bucket. That's like insult of the week right there.
yeah.
Little Pete also says bite my scab at one point.
Yeah.
And then I think he calls somebody a blowhole. So I don't know. Love it. I love the little jabs at people. Like I feel like you don't really get that kind of stuff on
you don't
kid shows today. So good time. Good time.
Like the stuff we grew up with is not the stuff kids get today on Nickelodeon at all.
I feel it's like a lot watered down now and it's more I guess it's appropriate for children, but it's not as eye-catching for adults, I feel like. I don't know. Like I feel like the last like weird show they really had might have been SpongeBob SquarePants.
I hate SpongeBob.
I mean, I do too, but I mean, it kind of it was cut from like the Ren and Stimpy cloth and like the weird Nickelodeon cloth. Though.
Yeah.
So like I appreciate it for that, but I can't think like what.
Yeah, that's true.
What came out after that? I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right. So next week's a special thing for us because we're gonna give you. We're kind of ahead on schedule. We kind of like blew our Halloween load like way early this year, so you're gonna get a bonus boo. And we, as of right now, as of recording, we are yet to know what we're gonna do. Like we thought about.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
If you listen to our last episode, I talked about how Kat's boyfriend like criticized us for having like shitty horror movie choices. So we were like, maybe we'll let him pick a horror movie for us, but he kind of threw out some duds. So we're like, eh.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. I was like, these are the ones that I'm like, dude, ugh. He kept suggesting Stephen King, and I don't want to do anything Stephen King. Ugh. I don't want to fall asleep watching something for the podcast, and I always get bored during a Stephen King movie. Always.
Like, I love a Stephen King movie. I know you don't like a Stephen King movie, so I don't want to, like, put you through that torture. But then I was like, you know, maybe he'll throw something else out. Like, who knows? But we'll wait and see.
He didn't. He just kept throwing out Stephen King's stuff.
So, I don't know. Maybe you'll just get an episode of Scooby-Doo. Who knows? Like, we don't know.
We don't know. We'll figure it out.
Maybe we'll throw it out to Twitter, just being like, what do you want to see us to do? Like, what do you want us to do? And we'll take your consideration with a grain of salt.
Yes.
With a grain of salt. You know what? Maybe we could ask that bitch who said, like, he told us she, like, moved on from our podcast after 20 minutes. Like, what do you want us to do, lady?
I dare you to go tweet her right now.
I won't do it right now. Maybe I'll do it later when I'm feeling a little ballsy.
I mean, as long as we don't both tweet out at the exact same time.
Oh, you know what? We should do it. Like, from the same account.
We did that earlier today with Heather.
All right. So, join us next week for a bonus boo. Who knows what it'll be? Who knows? Maybe Kim Russo will be on. Maybe we'll fucking contact her and she'll call in and contact the ghosts in Cat's backyard for her. All right. Where can you follow our wild adventures?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept invitations.
Oh, no.
You can find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Podcast Addict, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yes, and as always, girl, as always,
bye!
Watch the skies for the pumpkin eater standing on a ladder getting splashed in the face by a hose.